Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know who's here and let me know if you can hear me. Craig, I see you. Karen Camel Ryan, how you doing? Gents, can you hear me? Can you see me? How is it going? Hey yo, we out here. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? I can't hear anything. I couldn't even hear the music. So I'm hoping you can hear me. Craig, you see me? Got it? Okay. How's everybody doing on this lovely, lovely Thursday morning or evening, night, whatever you want to call it? Who's popping up? Who is this? What's up, Blaze?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can't hear Blaze. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
La.
Good morning, Dylan. Robbie, how you guys doing? Yep, I hear you.
What's going on?
I hear you, buddy.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I don't know, man.
What don't you know?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing, buddy?
It's Thursday. One of my kids is sick. But we're doing all right.
That sucks.
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, I got my
headphones on jump today. Off Wi-Fi.
RH, good morning. I know. Let's see. Craig, Karen Camel. So good to see you guys. If you guys don't know.
Two dogs.
You're back. What's going on?
I am back. All right. What's up? Now I got you. Much better. You guess so you got a sick kid? That sucks.
Got a sick kid. I got to go to work. Heather's going out of town. Trying to get Louisa to move her schedule around, but also trying to get parents to come over. And then Dogman comes out today, so the kids want to go see that. So just a lot going on,
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a movie in the theaters?
Yeah. Your kids never read any of the Dogman books?
They did.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I remember us seeing, you know what? Yeah, I remember seeing the preview for it, but I just don't think we tracked it on when it actually comes out. So that's cool. Maybe we'll go see that. It's going to kill me, though, because I can't really eat popcorn right now. So I don't know how that'll work.
I was going to say maybe you can eat some of those popcorn Jelly Bellies, but you probably shouldn't be eating jelly beans either.
No. So that I don't know that I've ever been to a movie theater and not taken down in a giant bucket of popcorn and asked for some on the way out. That's just like, that's
maybe you
my
could
vibe right there, is popcorn.
Maybe you could get a popcorn martini.
Yeah, just like, can you throw that in the blender? Pour some alcohol on it.
Some melted butter.
Which kid is sick? The
baby,
little one?
The 3-year-old, yeah.
They always get sick.
And then he's kind of like he has an apprehension to medicine right now because he had to take so much getting his adenoids and tonsils out last month. But
yeah,
they're sick when they're acting like a wet dish rag and they're just like flopping around. And I mean, the good news is he's still asleep and he'll just watch movies all day, so that's good.
Yeah. It's good to know that even children of a nurse get sick and have apprehension towards taking medicine. It makes me, a regular person, feel much better.
I mean, I can't go and tell my nursing friends, because I'd lose that nursing street credit, but...
No, my kids have never been sick. Of course not. I just hook them up to a fluid IV every morning. They're good.
Yeah. I put an IV in every day. and the big kids got out the house, so that's my gratitude today. There wasn't too much whining.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
yeah, I think we're in a good place. With my current schedule right now, I'm uploading my hours like 20 hours between like Monday and Wednesday, and then having some shorter days, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's just nice to change the pace up a little bit, and so I'm not
That's
like
good.
rushing. As you can see, I'm not in my mobile office right now. So, David, good morning. How you doing?
What happened? I lost.
What'd you lose?
Oh no, because I restarted. I was like, where'd the rest of the chat go?
Oh yeah.
I only saw David's comment, but
What's
so what's going on? What's gratitude for the day? How are we
gratitude for
looking?
me is just the kids not whining too much this morning. I think we're starting to get into a regular schedule. They had off the Lunar New Year yesterday. Did the kids in California have that off?
Good
No,
morning.
good morning, Jason. They have Friday off for some reason. Maybe that's what it is, but they have Friday off this week. So, Jason, did you make Blaze rage quit? Oh, there he is. You have that effect on people. Yeah. How about you, Jason? Did you get yesterday off? Because I think Ryan said he even had yesterday off too.
We do not have that off. But Kristen acknowledged the Chinese New Year by reading our horoscopes.
Oh, okay. You guys gonna
And
slay this year? Or?
apparently, I'm going to be very open-minded this year, which is nice to
Okay.
hear.
All right. All right. That sounds good. I think maybe Blaze got a call or kid woke up. I'm gonna boot him from the stage so he doesn't look like that this whole time.
Hang on. Gotta get the dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we were going into gratitude, so I think Blaze was saying that his kids weren't whining, so I'm sure he had something else to say after that. My gratitude today was people, just the people in my life. I think we're I'm vibing with some really good people right now. Got a like Robbie's saying like a consistent set of brothers that I get to talk to every morning, and then I have the people that I work with, even clients and designers who are just really really good right now. I don't have any hellish. I had a pretty bad client early last year that really tore me apart for a good 4 months, and I've been way away from that client and on to new ones. So I'm just feeling really good right now about the people in my life. That's my gratitude.
What makes a client a bad client? Like just overly demanding, unrealistic deadlines, doesn't leave you alone.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is just like never being like thankful or appreciative of like the stuff that is actually going right.
Yeah.
And more so just like constantly focusing on like everything that's going wrong. And like there's always something else, like there's like even with that client, even when we got to the end of it, it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't believe we after all that we finally got through this. Like, thank you so much. It was just like it was never gonna happen. And so I kind of ended the relationship. I was like, we need to stop. Like,
good for you.
You're far enough where you can get this across the finish line yourself. Like, I can't deal with you anymore. Because it was really like bringing me down like all across life.
Yeah.
And I haven't had very many of those at all. So
do you think that go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I used to have a team, like I used to have a company that I worked with. So like when a client would be too much for me, I would pass it on to the next person so that they could start fresh and it used to work out a lot better. But now that I'm on my own and I haven't actually hired anyone yet, it's just me. So once I get to my threshold, like I'm just hoping it doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, because I don't want it to go that way.
Yeah. Do you think that's something that you could have done like if you were earlier on in your career, or do you think you would have like grinded it out more? Because I know those are like tough conversations, and I think about some of the relationships I've had to discontinue.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I probably, you're probably right. I would have had more stamina to deal with it, or more, you know, escape or distraction or alcohol or whatever. But like,
Yeah.
being in the mindset I'm in right now is trying to appreciate every moment and every hour and every, minute that I have with like people that I like and like my family. So it's becoming harder and harder for me to deal with people that just don't get it, like people that just don't understand that and just want to like complain about the craziest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my patience for those types of people are not there.
I get it.
Yep.
I gotta step away for 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, Jason, go. What's your gratitude? How's your morning?
I'm going to echo yours, Dom. People, just in general. I was at the gym this morning and was kind of looking around at the variety of people, shapes, sizes, ages, and they're all there at the same time, first thing in the day. And I'm just kind of sitting there, just kind of taking a rest. And I was wondering what person am I going to be in 20 years? Am I going to be the old guy still running and getting his reps in? Am I going to be the 52-year-old guy that's doing the leg squeeze machine from sitting too long? What is in the future for me? So, little appreciation of some reflection.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that both of those you saw yourself at least in the gym and not.
Yeah. Anything's a possibility, right? It's like you see some guys that maybe you're starting back up again, that, at some point were, in top physical shape. And then you go down a rabbit hole. It's like, oh, I wonder what their story is. Probably kids, something family. So
Yep.
I do get to choose.
And you never know what's going to happen. That's going to change.
Yeah.
Like what your choices are.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
And yeah, maybe a little bit of a gratitude, or not a little bit, to the Potomac last night. I caught the end of that story before bed. It's just kind of weird to see that things like that still happen sometimes with aircraft colliding.
I missed that. Something
Yeah,
happened?
there was like a video and everything of it, just like like a video from the watchtower, and you see like this little explosion in the sky, like two aircraft collided.
Oh, dang.
Crazy.
That's wild. I'll have to look that up and see what's going on.
A plane collided with a helicopter.
Ooh.
And everything. I think everything landed in the Potomac. Sounds like slightly similar to the story of the plane landing in the Hudson River a few years ago. Military helicopter flew into the flight path.
Okay.
Looks like. Yeah, crazy.
I have boots on the ground still searching for the passengers. American Airlines, 69 people. Wow. That sucks. That's no good. And David, you calling me out on the title of the book here? They get all the credit? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great opening to the page today for sure. What does that mean? Do they get all the credit, or just most of the credit? Or
well, I just thought the last line in there was so great. It was just remember that they get all the credit, parentheses, and you get the blame, and parentheses. And it's kind of, I think when I think back to my life and everything that I've done and been through, like I could see a little bit of that where I'm like, yeah, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And then I'm like, and my parents fucked me up this way or that way or this way. Like you think about like the therapist couch, like that last little part in parentheses is definitely like it reminds you of like the therapy sessions where it's like, all right, well, what did your parents do? Or what, like all that stuff. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's a level of it that's true. It's like they get all the credit for doing all the things, and you're at a good amount of time after they've completed, level 18, you're going to be in that part where they're going to, or level whatever 15 to 18, you're going to be in that part where everything you're not giving them, they're saying, they're blaming you for like not giving you the car, the better phone, or more time after curfew, or letting you go to the party, and like, but they get all the credit for the grades, getting into college, whatever sports they're in, their accomplishments, their honor roll. Even though you are behind them, making sure that their day goes well, that they have all their materials, that you've fed them, put them to bed so that they'll get rest, so that they'll do better in school the next day. Um, and that's just the job,
Yeah. I would say give your credit for setting the guideposts. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna mess up a lot. I have, I think. Good question for the kids today. It's like where his mom and dad just screwed up being a parent. Um, but if they reach level 18 and they're generally happy and have some level of success, you can take the credit for maybe providing the example or guiding them which way to go. One thing I think about from my childhood is I was around like maybe 30 when I started when that stuff kind of started coming to mind, like uh what or how my parents guided me. And the analogy I came up with was they threw us out into the ocean to fend for ourselves, but they were always on the dock with a life preserver. That's
Hmm.
that's kind of what I settled on.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, Ryan, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
My client was pushing me late. What's happening, guys? How is what are our kids teaching us, or what are our kids learning? Is that what you're talking about?
We're discussing what credit we give to our kids for their successes, and what credit we give to ourselves for setting the example.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Anything groundbreaking? Anything great?
We're all awesome parents. I think that's pretty groundbreaking.
I think from the other perspective, it's also just like it can be a really thankless job. Like to me, like getting my two kids out to the bus stop, and yes, we have help, but just like getting them out there, I think it's like high fives all around, like we made it, guys. And instead, it's like today, my daughter was like, "Oh, good morning, sweetie. Why don't you ever pick me up from aftercare?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And she's like, "You never pick me up." And I was like, "I picked you up last Friday." And she's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot." I'm like, "Okay. Love you too, sweetheart." You say I love you too much. But she's growing in her independence, so there you have it.
Are all of her friends being picked up from daycare or from after school?
No, I think most of her friends like go home on the bus or get picked up earlier. But we do it weird that we're like, I think we're one of the few families that doesn't send them every day. We only send them 3 days a week, and she has theater practice now, so she's only going 2 days a week. But
Got it. I always think about how it's like I know that my oldest will feel like she'll be like, you were 5 minutes late today, and I'm like, you can't even tell time sometimes. How do you know it's 5 minutes late? But it's like this feeling because she sees who's getting picked up, and then she knows like where she is within that like stream of kids leaving. And I think it's like this big, my kid who's a big feeler, it makes me nervous to be like, okay, if I'm late too often, she'll realize, okay, that dad is late picking me up. And I'm always just curious where that's coming from, and if other kids kind of feel that, or if it's a well, they're getting picked up, I need it, or if they need it maybe emotionally. I'm always kind of curious about it. So
Absolutely. I'm just thinking now that Bryson's on his like 5th pair of gloves this year because the kid like can't keep track of things, and
So many winter things.
What's that?
he lost his snow pants and his boots, and I'm like, we need him this weekend. I'm like, buddy, like, please find your stuff. Like, ask somebody to help you. Your names, I literally write your names on things. There's no reason that we shouldn't know where your boots and snow pants are.
You guys tell him the next time that he loses them, the new ones are going to be hot pink and glow in the dark.
He's a sense he'll cry, or I don't know.
Neon green? Like, what color does he like? Just get like the neon version of it so you can see, like, you could be like, because in a field of black gloves, that's like, oh man, where's my name?
have you ever sent him without any of those things?
Yeah, he doesn't have boots right now, so the teacher probably thinks I'm at fault, but it's like really he's at fault, but he's also 6, so.
Is he learning from that though? Is he like cold? Is he struggling without his boots?
Yeah, and he's missing one of his gray gloves, and so he brought home another kid's gray glove. And I'm like, buddy, this isn't yours. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, your name's Bryson. It literally says Callan right here. Is your name Callan? So now we need to find some kid, and I'm like, you need to return this glove to said kid. Man.
Because I know, like, with my youngest with snow recently, she was like, I'm not wearing boots. Like, she'll either wear cowboy boots or she'll wear these like strappy little shoes, like dress shoes almost, but she won't wear like snow boots. And all the time, I'm like, look, I'm choosing my battle, right? Whatever you want to do. And Lauren's usually dropping her off, but I'm like, you know what? This is not a battle I want. So I'll bring your boots, and then you can wear the shoes that you want to. And then the daycare, I feel like, judges us. Hey, you know what? Like, that's just not appropriate for like this weather. I'm like, no shit, I know this. Like, this is not a new thing to me. Like, I'm doing this on purpose, right? And it's not until my youngest is like, oh my gosh, my feet were so cold. Like, she does need to learn on her own, 100%. Like, she needs that, and if she doesn't get it, then she really isn't understanding like why something actually has to change. Is there anything you guys have recently pushed your kid? They're like, you're fine, okay, just do it then. And it ended up becoming like they finally saw why they did it, or why you were asking them or telling them to do it a certain way.
None of my kids like to bathe very much, and one of them, an extended family member, commented to the other day about how they had greasy hair, and so I think that was like, oh yeah, maybe I should like bathe regularly and wash my hair, as evidenced by greasy hair comments.
And then how do you deal with that? Are you thinking, like, do you feel judged, or you're like, oh man, like, it needed to happen, I'm so glad they said something?
I appreciated it, but then I also asked my daughter how that made her feel, and she called that certain individual pushy, which I could see that, but I also see like the concern and that individual wanting what's best for that individual child.
I absolutely love your daughter's attitude.
I'm not saying it's my daughter. I'm not saying it's my. If I said it was,
I thought that's what you were saying. Well, then whoever you're talking about,
it could have been my daughter. the boys also can have greasy hair too.
I was telling a story last night. Went out to dinner with Kowski. I was mentioning something. I know we have 4 minutes left. I was mentioning something, and I was trying to be so cryptic about who I was talking about. Obviously, it wasn't very cryptic at all. Like he was like, "Oh, you're talking about this person." I was like, "What? How did you know?" I was like, "Well, now the story has to stop." So it was funny.
It's really funny. Sometimes I think Kowski is like literally a genius though, and like just the more I get to know him, like he has this brilliance to him that I envy.
If Kowski was here, I'd say this too. I was texting this morning. He's fucking crazy. Kowski is fucking crazy. He was trying to explain to me. He was like talking about feelings. I feel like I was like 7 minutes into this conversation, and I've asked myself in my head like 7 times, what the fuck is he saying? Because he talks in analogies the whole time, and he's like, have you ever seen Inception? You know in Inception when they don't really know like what is reality, but they know it's reality. Isn't that how you feel when you're in a fight with your wife? I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. How are you connecting those things? He's like, it makes sense to me. And if it makes sense to me, we can all think that way. And if we all think that way, I'm like, Kowski, I'm so lost right now. Eat your duck.
Well, now you have me thinking about Inception and fights with my wife, and I think that's right, because then I do question reality. And I'm
Stop it. Don't say it's bright. It was so confusing. And then Jeremy showed up, and Jeremy's like, all right, okay, I get it. And I was like, you get it? What are you talking about? Don't make it feel like that was the right thing to say. It was fun. Regardless, it was fun.
Did you guys invite Jeremy, or did he just show up?
No, Kowski invited Jeremy.
Oh, nice.
He just mentioned it, so he stopped. But it was really good. We had a good conversation.
I thought he just knows, you know?
He knows so much. He showed up, but it was a really good. I was trying really hard not to like talk be friends.
What's
so
that?
I was like to get to know, people outside of that. But the conversation eventually went that way, which is really cool. But it's always good. I mean, with all these online personalities and connections and stuff like that, being in person, it really is. It like reminds you, it really is a special thing. I need to kind of schedule those times. So good reminder.
Awesome. I'm jealous.
I'm sorry I popped in late, guys.
Live your life. Remember, you always tell me this. There's no pressure. We got stuff going on.
I've been so grateful, Don. Thanks for starting up the streams. What an amazing support. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. I've found my pattern, and I think I can handle it. So I've been pretty steady here. I think this is day 30 of me on stream, other than that one day where I was late and I was in the car real quick. But
we need to just talk. If we ever any of us get approved for Abstract Chain, if we should go on there too. I don't know how that would work, but
I've been looking out to see if it's popping in. I don't know, because I feel like even if I got accepted for Abstract Chain, and by me I mean we, but I'm always thinking once I get approved, what am I doing? Like, I don't really understand what it is. So I'll just start streaming all over the place.
I just don't understand
what's abstract.
So there's like Ethereum, there's Bitcoin, there's Sol, okay. And those are all crypto chains. Abstract is like a newer chain, but it's like a Ethereum layer 2. So it's all based off Ethereum, but it's like a second layer that's a little faster and safer. But I don't know how the NFTs play into it. Like that's what I don't understand. So trying to figure it all out.
I checked my Coinbase wallet the other day.
And
I have like a myriad of all these NFT artworks that have been shared with me and given to me. I mean, they're not good, and I don't think they're worth anything. I think
Blaze, does this make you angry?
Drop.
Me? I love Magic Eden, so but to each there is some frustrating things about Magic Eden because it doesn't connect to all these interfaces very well,
It's very
Yeah.
frustrating. So I love Magic Eden, but there's some parts of it that suck. So, all right, no, you,
Robbie's
Robbie,
just doubling down.
you have selling. You have been blessed with this full range of emotion.
Hey,
And
John,
you're allowed
I'll bear
to
with you.
feel every one of those. All right, love you guys. Hearts of gratitude, mugs of coffee.
All right.
Here's the answer to Rob's question. This is my current piece that I'm working on. It's a mountain bike themed thing.
It's beautiful.
I haven't touched it in 2 weeks.
Nice.
See where it
Looks
goes.
great, man.
Bikes
Believe in you.
forever. Keep your legs moving, folks.
All right, guys. Have a good
Your
morning.
legs moving.
Later, Gators.
See you guys.
So you guys have a good day.